Officials say there was no immigration raid at Home Depot or any meat factory today that immigration agents were staging at the Paramount field office for the Department of Homeland Security, which was next door to a Home Depot. That officers conducted what they called targeted operations at various other locations. We talked with U.S. Attorney Bill.
So it was just a staging area for our federal agents, but they were spotted and word got out, and these agitators who are organizing this resistance effort started mobilizing people to that location, and it turned into an ugly scene pretty quickly.
U.S. Attorney Bill says that ugly situation did not stop federal agents from issuing their pre-planned deportation orders. The rock throwing at their staging area did injure several ICE officers.
One officer broke a wrist. Some other officers suffered injuries from rocks and cement block pieces that were thrown at them. We had one individual throwing Molotov cocktails. He's been arrested now.
President Donald Trump, who tonight was attending a UFC fight in New Jersey, has authorized the mobilization of 2,000 National Guard troops to assist federal Department of Homeland Security and ICE agents. A move criticized by Governor Gavin Newsom, posting tonight that the move was inflammatory, that his office is in close communication with law enforcement, and that there is currently no unmet need, adding this is the wrong mission and will erode public trust, as Saley welcomes the deployment.
You have thousands of people forming and gathering in crowds, rioting, attacking our agents, throwing rocks, throwing eggs, throwing Molotov cocktails. They overwhelmed the local authorities. They overwhelmed us yesterday. And so the National Guard is being deployed, and they're going to help keep the peace.
As Saley says, the weekend actions are nothing new. Search warrants Friday for employers in the fashion district and targeted arrests for those facing court-ordered deportation on Saturday. What is new is the response.
We're seeing a very sophisticated level of organization by union groups and other groups to mobilize people to violently resist our efforts to enforce immigration law here. That's not going to stand.
Saley says there are about 20 arrests that were made on the federal side in Paramount. He didn't know how many were arrested by Sheriff's Department. Keep in mind, he's a representative from the Department of Justice under President Donald Trump. He's very much in opposition to what the governor of California is saying, the mayor of Los Angeles, the two U.S. senators, Alex Padilla and Adam Schiff. They're very upset as to this, but they're in a difficult situation as well because they don't want to defend rioting. But they believe what was done today and yesterday was completely unnecessary.
We talked about, the deployment here of California National Guard troops to Los Angeles. We understand that they're on the way. Typically, this is something that the governor would do, but you have the president here signing a memorandum saying, I'm going to override the governor in this case. This is, I don't want to say unprecedented, but a very rare move here. What's the legality?
Well, there is, it's an act that Thomas Jefferson signed, the Insurrection Act, which says that if you believe, and I saw the memo from the Trump administration, that this is a rebellion. And if there's a rebellion, you can put it down at the federal level. Other presidents have used this in the past. I mean, Eisenhower used it in Little Rock, Arkansas, when the local police would not enforce desegregation of the schools there. He had to send in the National Guard, I think the 82nd Airborne at one point by Kennedy. So it's been done before. It was done during the Rodney King riots. It's highly unlikely, highly unusual when you have a state governor saying, I don't need it, I don't want to deploy it. It looks like things are under control. And by the way, normally when the National Guard's deployed, it's for a massive effort. I mean, it's the Rodney King, something like that. This is isolated. It's on one particular street, and it's in downtown, yes, in Paramount. So, but there is legality for it. There's no question about it. And Donald Trump says that he's going to do it, and the U.S. attorney that represents the Department of Justice says they're welcome.
And just quickly, have our local officials been in touch with Washington?
No, but the U.S. attorney said, listen, we don't ask LAPD for help on any kind of enforcement or the Sheriff's Department. We only ask them for help if there's a riot or if there's a crowd control issue. And they have been cooperative when it comes to that.
All right. Conan Nolan, thank you so much for weighing in tonight. Now, earlier in the day, there was a large protest. We've mentioned this in the Paramount area. We saw flashbangs, pepper balls, tear gas, and even a car that was lit on fire.
Our Tracy Leon continues our team coverage now to explain where things stand tonight.
Here you see canisters of tear gas being thrown into the crowds in Paramount. The white smoke filled the air, forcing many people to run back to get away from the gas. Deputies and federal agents were in riot gear, standing across the street from